Hi there, welcome to class. So this session is going to be a very gentle floor-based session, mainly floor-based session, just to stretch out the hamstrings, hips and lower back. So particularly good if you've done a long cardio session such as a marathon. Okay, so we're just going to bring the hands down onto the knees, neutral through the spine. You just get that weight nice and even across the sitting bones. And then just draw from there the shoulder blades towards one another a little. So you get that nice lift into the breastbone. Chin is just level to the floor. And face is nice and relaxed. Take a slow deep breath in now. Slow deep exhale. I like at the beginning of class just to breathe out through the mouth. Feels more relaxing. And then again, slow deep inhale. Slow deep breath out. Great, okay. All right, so let's now take a nice deep breath in, reaching up, turn the palms away, exhale, bringing the arms down, palms face up, lift, exhale, come down, and again, inhale, lift, exhale, down. One more time, inhale up, and exhale to come down. Let the hands move behind you now, press into the fingertips, lifting the chest, lifting the chin as well. Again, roll those shoulders back and down, just pausing here. Slow deep inhale. And then release from there. Okay, we're going to reach the legs out in front now. I suggest you have something underneath the hips. I'm choosing a folded up blanket. You can take a bolster or a couple of blocks. Depends how stiff you're feeling in the backs of the legs really. It's up to you. And then once you get in position, if you find the backs of the knees feel a little overstretched or they're a little bit sore, you can roll up your mat or just grab another blanket and just place that underneath the knees. We really don't want to be straining the knees, especially if you're in recovery from a long cardio session, because those muscles are going to be feeling quite stressed for a little while. Lots of little micro tears in the muscles probably. And that's how they get stronger, so it's a positive, but while they recover, we do need to give them a bit of support. So if your knees are a little sore today, when their legs are stretched out, just take something and just place that underneath the legs, okay? Especially if you're hyperextensive in the joints. So let's now flex the feet, draw the toes back. We're going to let the hands now just relax down either side of the hips. And again, just let the shoulders draw back and down. Now I want you to really try and spread out the toes, so you're releasing the fascia in the feet. And again, keep pressing into those heels. Okay. And then keep those legs active, okay? So keep that flexion going at the ankles, so you get that good stretch into the gastrocnemius. And then just take a little twist to the right. So walking that right hand behind. I'm going to place my left foot, my left hand in between the legs. And then, that'll be impressive. And then from there, just take a little rotation. Just a little thoracic rotation, chin just level to the floor, shoulders just drawing back and down. Okay, and just pausing there, it's nice and simple. Often on a long cardio session, we think about the legs getting really tight, but actually the lower back and thoracic area can get pretty tight too, because there'll be a little rotation through the upper body as you move the pelvis. Okay, coming back to center. Turning to the other side now, again, shoulders just drawing back and down, chin just level to the floor. Let's hold it here. And again, just tuning into your breath. Slow, deep inhale and exhale. Okay, and then just coming all the way back to the center. It's going to let the hands drop forwards now. So walking the hands forwards, going to keep the gaze forwards, and that will encourage more of a forward tilt on the pelvis as opposed to just letting the head drop down. That can be nice sometimes, but we're going to keep the gaze forwards to encourage the upper body to move forwards and therefore pulling the pelvis forwards as well. So it's going to get a little more intense, in other words. Keep pressing into the heels, keep spreading the toes. And then you might find as the body releases, you can just take that a little bit further, but no worries if not. Just listen to your body. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Awesome. Okay, just taking one more breath there. And then just take your time to come all the way back up. Good. Okay, bringing the soles of the feet together now. Now let's give the hips a little bit of support. We're still very much warming up, so we don't want to go into big hip openers just yet. I'm taking a bolster and I'm going to place that underneath the legs, like so. You could take blocks if you wish instead, or cushions. As long as the legs have a little bit of support, that's all good. So just let the legs now relax down onto the bolster, soles of the feet just resting together, and then just let the hands rest onto the ankles, or maybe just the lower legs. Let the shoulders again draw back and down. So keep reminding yourself to keep a good posture, a good alignment of the shoulder girdle. Soon that will become habit, and then that will improve your overall posture. And then when you're running or doing long distance cardio, again you can get better respiratory exchange ratio, so better respiration with better posture. So from here now, again just gently folding forwards, going to let the arms just rest lightly down onto the legs now. Again, we can't go too far because we've got the props stopping us, so that's all good. And then again just letting the head relax down, so minimising that risk of injury. Very easy to overstretch the muscles when they're recovering from a long cardio session. I remember I did London Marathon 4 times, and one time it was on the Monday after I stepped off a pavement, and I just stepped a little funny. I don't know. I put my foot down, not quite aligned well, and I tore the Achilles heel. Took 6 months to recover. So those muscles can be really stressed for the first week after a marathon. Okay, and then taking your time to come up, so not much running happened after that. Okay, so from here, just popping the prop to one side. Feet now flat to the floor. We're going to let the hands just drop to the mat behind us, and just let the legs drop side to side, okay? So just moving side to side. Okay, just taking your time, just freeing up that lower back. Again, keep tuning into your breath. Okay, alright, we're going to come over onto hands and knees now. Child's pose. This is a great one just to stretch into the back of the pelvis, so stretching out the glutes, glute maximus and glute medius in particular. So knees nice and wide now, just bring the tips of the toes together, big toes, hips sinking back, let the arms just stretch forwards from there. Great one to stretch out into the lower back as well. And then just taking a big exhale, stretching all the way forwards now, maybe bringing the head down towards the mat. Keep pressing the hands into the mat, and then imagine you're pulling the mat back towards you too, so you keep that little low level of stability in the shoulders, so the muscles aren't totally switching off. Got that little strength work going on around the shoulder girdle too. Okay, stretching into the QL muscle now, so that's a little muscle at the side of your lower back, either side. Okay, quadratus lumborum. I'm going to bring the hands over to the left. I'm placing now my right hand on top of the left, and I'm reaching the arms away. Let the head just relax down in between the arms. You might feel this a little bit through the right underarm as well. The latissimus dorsi muscle actually attaches into the shoulder, at the back there, back of the shoulder. So again, after a long cardio session, the lats work pretty hard when the torso rotates, just to stabilise the torso. So when you stretch into the shoulders, it can feel kind of tight. You're like, why are my shoulders tight? I didn't even work my shoulders. But it's because the lats, they attach into the shoulders, so you're going to feel some stiffness in there. Okay, let's come over to the other side now. Left hand on top. You're going to reach the arms away again, let the head relax down. Keep sinking those hips back. Just pausing here. You can try and enjoy the stretch. Keep those hips sinking back. Inhale, exhale. Awesome. Just a couple more breaths. Again, try and enjoy the stretch. Sometimes stretching can be kind of painful, so you forget to enjoy it, but it's kind of a good pain, right? Okay, and then just coming back to center. I'm just going to come up onto hands and knees now. Tucking the toes, and so we need to stretch out those feet a little bit too. Let the hips now just drop back. Let the arms now again just reach forwards, and you're just letting that weight sink down through the feet. Spreading the toes, just stretching the fascia of the feet. The feet get ever so tight after running in particular. Okay. And then we'll bring it up into downward dog. Now let's take, just to look after the hamstrings, let's just take the feet a little wider than the hips, Hands a little wider than the shoulders. That's going to soften the stretch a bit. And then take your time as you come up. Let the head just relax down again, bending one knee and then the other. Give the head a little bit of a shake. Good. Inhale, exhale. Alright, and just walking the legs out, just keeping it nice and rhythmical. A little bit of a walk out there. Good job. Keep it going. Alright, and then just letting the knees come all the way down. We have the right leg coming forwards now. You might need to pull it forwards. Reaching up now with the right arm. I'm going to tuck the left toes under and lift the left knee up off the floor. Good job. Okay. And then just releasing all the way down now. Let's step it back. Left leg comes forwards. Now just drop the right knee to start with. Reaching up from there with the left arm. Just stacking again through the shoulders. And then option just to lift up that right knee. It's a little stretch on the psoas there. Wonderful. And then just bringing, just bringing the left hand down. I'm going to step back into plank now and just lower all the way down onto your front for a nice juicy hip flexor and quadricep stretch. So coming all the way down from there. I'm going to pick up the right foot now. So right foot comes in towards the bottom, reaching around the outside of the ankle. Take your time with this, it might be a little sore in there. So just make sure the knees don't go too wide, because then when you bring the heel up, you can put a little pressure in the lower back. So just keeping everything nicely aligned. Okay, feel free to drop the head down. I'm going to keep my head up just so you can hear my voice better, but feel free to drop the head down onto the left hand there. And then from here, just drawing that right heel in, take your time, deep breathing. And when the stretch starts to wear off, then press the front of your pelvis down into the mat. You really start to get into the belly of the quadricep muscle that way. Good, keep it going. I'm going to hold this for about a minute. Muscles, as I'm sure you've heard me say before, take at least 30 seconds to actually start stretching. Moving into a progressive stretch as opposed to maintenance stretch. Okay, and again, maybe just press that pelvis down a little harder. Alright, just another 3 or so breaths there. Alright, and then release, good job. Okay, so let's just try that on the other side now. And just bringing that left foot up, right hand is pressing down into the mat. Again, just drawing the heel in. Take your time. Breath in and breath out. Good, hold it there. And again, when the stretch starts to ease off, again, see if you can press the pelvis down into the floor a little bit more intensely. Good, keep it going. Okay, just a couple more breaths there, take your time. Good job, and then release. So just allowing the foot to come down, our hands either side of the hips, nicely push up away from the floor. Coming again into downward dog. This time, let's just take the feet hip width distance apart, so be a little bit stronger. So again, just pressing the hips back, heel sinking down, make nice and relaxed. Okay, just enjoying that stretch all through the back body. If you prefer to keep the legs moving, do again feel free to walk the legs out. Otherwise, just nice and static now, so you can really enjoy that big progressive stretch. Okay, and then take your time now as you come all the way down from there. We're going to drop now the feet around to the left side. I call this little move rocking mermaid. So have your right hand just onto the mat next to the hips, bringing the left hand down onto the left knee. I'm just going to take a little bit of a rotation there now. So I'm turning my torso to the right, and as I do so, I'm just picking up that left hip. Okay, so nice little rotation through the lumbosacral joints. So that's where the spine, the lumbar spine attached to the pelvis. Okay, so just a little rotation, breathing out as you twist, inhale, center, exhale, twist, inhale, center. And then it can be quite nice for those lats just to reach the left arm over as well. Breath out, breath in. Good. Nice little rotation. Quite often you don't realise how stiff you are in the latissimus dorsi muscles until you start moving like this. And it's like, oh my gosh. Okay, all right, one more from there. Good. We'll come now into head to knee pose. So now reaching out with that left leg and then turning your torso round to the left. Going to reach forwards towards the foot. If it's difficult for you to reach, take your band or yoga belt and just place that around the foot, or just have hands on the floor. So walking the hands forwards. Going to really draw that right side torso forwards. Again, head relaxes down, just pausing here. So you've got a little more rounded through the spine, just to mix it up this time. A little bit more rounded. Good, just holding it there. Just breathe. Good, and just see if you can soften into that right hip a little bit more as well. After a long cardio session, it can be challenging to let the psoas muscles go and relax. You kind of got to do it consciously sometimes. And if there's just the hips just not letting go, then just support the leg with a prop, just popping it underneath. Okay, again, just a couple more breaths there. Just really today giving the muscles a chance just to release, lengthen and relax. Taking our time now to come up, so just walking the hands back towards you, come on up, dropping the right leg down, and then from there left leg goes on top. Okay, just going to take a little twist here. So bringing the right arm over, left hand behind, Matsyendrasana, shoulders just drawing back and down. Deep inhale and exhale. Again, just pausing here. Again, see if you can soften and relax into the hips a little as well. Great, one more breath. And then just slowly release, coming all the way back round. Okay, great. From here now we're going to take that left leg back behind us and come into pigeon, leading with the right leg. So just turning the upper body towards the top end of the mat now. Right leg is in front. I've got the right knee just in line with my right hip socket, and the right foot is over to the left side. Stretching back with that left leg from there. See how that feels. Take the arms forwards and down. See how you go with that. And then if you feel like you can safely go into it a little deeper, we're going to bring our weight to our center. So now my right hip is off the floor, and then hang out here. Now again, if you want to go a little deeper, but that just feels a little bit too much, especially if the knees are sore today for any reason, then again, just take a block or rolled up blanket and place that, or bolster, and just place that underneath the right hip. Pigeon pose is a really great one to stretch into the glutes, especially if you really work on flexing that right foot, so drawing the toes up towards the shin. The piriformis muscle is very, very close to the sciatic nerve, also gets a good stretch. It's a good preventer of sciatica as well. So if that piriformis gets super tight and starts getting a bit spasmodic, it can really pinch on the sciatic nerve. Okay, so again, just a couple more breaths there. Again, just trying to enjoy the stretch, enjoying the moment. And then walking the hands all the way back. Come on up. Okay, rocking over onto that right hip. Good job. I'm going to sweep the legs around to our right side now, rocking mermaid. So left hand is on the floor. Just going to take a little rotation from there. Good, right hip lifts up. So again, just turning that torso. So it's a lovely big thoracic rotation. And then if you enjoyed reaching the arm across last time, we can go there again. So just reaching across, slowly down. And again, reach, So working into that, and just flex the spine a little too as the arm comes across. Good job. Okay, just a couple more. And release. Okay, great. Head to knee pose. Right leg reaches out now. Janusashasana. So from here now, again, just try and relax into that left hip, walking the hands forwards, or maybe hold on to the foot, or maybe pop a belt around the foot. It's going to be a little more intense than hands onto the mat. It depends what you want today. So if you can really draw that left side torso forwards and down now. And then from there, little flexion to the spine's fine here. Just letting the head release down too. So just changing it up a little. And again, if you just feel like that hip is really locked, not letting go, then again, just take a prop, placing that underneath just to give it a bit of support. And that way, often when a joint feels supported, especially in the hips that are super emotional, then often it starts to soften and relax. Okay, so again, let's just try and enjoy the stretch, enjoy that feeling of lengthening through the back body. Good, just a couple more breaths there. And then take your time again to come up. It's going to come again into Matsyasana. So from here now, bringing the right leg over, hips nice and level as you can, and turning to the right side. So you've got right hand behind, left arm over, just taking a twist from there. So shoulders drawing back and down, just pressing my elbow lightly against the leg, just to encourage that rotation. Nice one again to open through the back of the hips. So as the legs cross, there's a horizontal flexion, the back of the pelvis has to open. Again, just breathe. Awesome. Okay, and then release. Pigeon pose. So taking the right leg behind now, left leg in front. Alright, so again we've got the left knee in line with the left hip joint, stretching on back with the right leg. Take a forward fold, see how that feels, and then if you would like to take that a little further, reach back with the right leg a little more, bring the hips a bit more to the centre. And again, just checking how that's feeling on the joints. If it's feeling good, stay where you are. If you want to get that deeper stretch, but it's a little much on the joints today, take a prop, place that underneath the left hip. And either, again, just staying up with the torso or coming down, hanging out down here with me. Again, see if you can just lengthen the breath a little bit. Now it's going to help the hips to release. A little more flexion at that left ankle, so really drawing the toes up towards the shin. Neck and shoulders are nice and relaxed. Just breathe. Great, slow, deep inhale and exhale. Okay, and then just walking now, the hands back towards you. Come on up, just taking the prop out if you're using one. We'll come now into Konasana, so just reaching the legs out to either side, working our way to cow face pose. We're going to press into the heels, draw the toes back, let the hands just come out in front. Spreading the fingers, shoulders draw back and down. So now we've got a nice long diagonal line from the base of the pelvis through to the back of the neck. Imagine someone's just pressing down lightly onto the shoulders, pressing into the heels, spread the fingers. Inhale, exhale. Again, if the legs let you, well, if hips let you actually, just let the hands move forward a little bit more if that's too much strain, and especially if your legs are shaking now, that's a sign you've gone too far, then walk the hands back. Lift up a little bit. Okay. Alright, Right, take your time now to come all the way back up. Give your legs a hand, so just drawing them in. We're going to come into cow face pose now. It's a good idea to start this one with a prop underneath the hips. So go grab a cushion or block if you don't have one already. The other postures we've done, you can kind of get away without a prop, but this one I think it's a really good idea just to take care of the knees and start with a prop, see how it feels, and then take the prop away if that suits you better. Something super noisy is going on outside, I don't know what, so if you can hear it or not. We'll try and meditate through it. So from here, we're going to come into box position, just bringing the right leg forwards. So the right knee now is just aligned in front of the left. I'm going to separate the feet. I'm taking a block and I'm going to place that underneath the hips, okay? Again, flexing the feet, draw the toes forwards. Chin level to the floor. So again, see how that feels on the knees, on the back, and then if you want to take the prop away, then do. Because if you drop down into this without a prop and it is too much, it can kind of be too late. You can sort of hurt the knees already. So just going into it with caution. Okay, so from here now, we can either stay where we are or let the hands come forwards. I quite like that. Again, it really gets into that piriformis on the right side. So whichever leg you have on top is going to get the deeper stretch when you lean forwards. And then if you'd like to try a little variation with the arms, we can come back up, bring the right hand up the back, take the left arm up and over and just hook the fingers like so. If that doesn't quite work, take again your belt or similar and just join the hands up and you just work towards it. It took me a good couple of years to be able to get my hands together. Lots of challenges with my shoulders from a lot of powerlifting, etc. So took me a long time, so try and practice patience as well. And then again, you can just add a little forward lean if you wish. Keep pressing the head back into the arm. It's easy to let the weight of the arm just press down onto the head, but just try and take a breather here. Okay, take your time now to come all the way up. I'm going to come out this really gently, so just let the arms release down, and then just lifting that right leg, stretching it out. Left leg reaches out too, so give it a little bit of a wiggle. Okay, and then let's come into it the same way as we did on the other side. So again, we're in box position. We're bringing now the left leg in front, just separating the feet. And then again, just bringing the hips all the way down. It's super normal to be a little tighter one side than the other, so don't worry too much about that. Again, flexing the feet. Hang out here a sec, see how that feels. And then option just to bring the hands forwards from there. Again, just breathing into any tension. Well, we've all got tension. We'd be a bit floppy without tension, to be honest. The tension's not all bad. A bit too floppy. Okay, and then again from here, option to just bring the arms in. So you've got the left hand coming up the back this time, right arm up and over. Pausing here, or again maybe using your prop just to join up the hands. And then again maybe just coming forwards from there. Just see what works best for you. I like to alternate. Sometimes I'll just let the hands come forwards, then next practice I'll bring the hands together behind the back. It's good to mix these things up. And then take your time now to lift. So come on up from there. Okay, relaxing down. Again, just give that left leg a hand and then reaching out with the right leg. Good. So that was our peak pose. We're going to come down onto our backs now. So just feet flat to the floor. Just take a nice big ab curl. Come on down. Just hug the knees in. Head relaxes down. Good, just give that lower back a nice big stretch. Okay, little hamstring stretch before we rest. So bring your left foot down, right leg reaches up, pressing into that heel. Keeping the neck and shoulders nice and relaxed. So the chin is just perpendicular to the floor, in other words, not throwing the head back. And release, just changing sides now, pressing again into that left heel, shoulders nice and relaxed. Good, just breathe. Awesome. Okay, and then again just releasing down. Maybe rest with the legs flat to the floor. However, that can, for a lot of people, pull on the lower back, so do feel free to just have the legs bent, resting the legs in towards one another. Let the hands just relax down wherever you're comfortable. We're going to take a slow deep inhale and just a slow deep exhale. Allow the face to relax, let the jaw relax too. So that might mean the mouth is a little open, but that's okay. And then just allow the shoulders to soften down into the floor as well. Again, slow, deep breath in and out. Arms are relaxed. Feel the legs just resting heavy now. Hips are releasing. Deep breath in and out. See if you can lengthen the breath a little bit too now. So breathing in for 3, exhale for 4. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. So with each exhale now, see if you can just soften into the body a little bit more. And then do feel free to stay a little while longer. Longer is better if you can. Otherwise, just rolling onto your side now, pressing into the hands. Take your time now to come all the way up. Feel free to keep your eyes closed to start with. And then just rubbing the hands together, let the head bow down. And then once the hands feel nice and warm, just let the warmth come onto your face with the eyes closed, just letting the hands just rest onto the closed eyes, cradling the face. And then just let the hands relax down from there, opening the eyes when you're ready. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this session. I hope your hips and lower body feels nice and released. See you again soon.